Cameras are ready. We'll go ahead and take questions.
Porter, Jalen said the bye week was super important for you guys from a recovery standpoint and just being able to watch film and stuff like that. But how do you kind of balance that with trying to keep the momentum from the last 6 quarters?
You have one bye week, and we know coming out of here, you're going to have 13 leagues games plus postseason. So it was an opportunity. It's your only opportunity to get that kind of rest, mentally and physically. I was torn because I also look at it like as a chance to practice a lot and get a lot better at certain areas and do some things where you don't have as much time to practice when you're preparing. So conflicted, that was my word I was looking for. But I really chose the recovery mentally, physically. I just think it's so fresh. You just don't have this opportunity to give them a handful of days off to do it. So we when we did practice, we practiced really hard, so it was a balance.
What kind of stands out to you about Arkansas and what Cal's doing there this year?
I thought they played so hard. I think they always play really, really hard. 18 offensive rebounds, their length and athleticism. In the first half, the intention of how fast they were playing, they were pushing it, they were passing ahead. But they're just, his team's always going to play so incredibly hard. That's watching them. That's my takeaway is their length. Thero, Brazil, Adu, just so long. Their athleticism of DJ and Janelle Davis, like just their athleticism going downhill, are 2 powerful guards. So we're going to have to be really strong with the ball.
What's the hardest part of playing against a coach like John Calipari, whose resume is so extensive in this sport?
I don't think any of us think like that. Like I got utmost incredible respect for him as a person and as a coach. But I don't think any of us would get into this or thinking about that individual. You're thinking about the team. So that's, I've coached against Hall of Fame coaches a lot in my career, so I really don't thinking about that. I'm just thinking about his team and how they're playing and how hard they played, and got to be really communicating in that atmosphere. So that's more of what my mindset is.
What's it say about Arkansas when they had a similarly tough start as you guys to SEC play, and then they lose Boogie Flynn for the year, and then still managed to get over the hump last night against Georgia?
Well, I know DJ Wagner was a top 5 player in the country, and Janelle Davis is probably one of the most sought after portal guys, Final Four, All-American type player, and make no mistake, you lose a player like Boogie who did a lot for him. His assist numbers, the speed he has, the shooting numbers, but it's a credit. It's what athletes do. It's what good teams do. Is they rally around each other when a player gets hurt, and I thought they did that last night. I thought it was an incredible energy that the effort they played with.
Porter, we've seen Jalen the last couple of games that second half against Texas, South Carolina be really aggressive, especially getting to the line. Just what's working for him right now, and how much does it help the team when he's being aggressive and efficient too?
He's being aggressive, but he's changing speeds being aggressive. He's making better decisions. There was a great play that we've talked to him about. We really glorified it with the team. He took the ball down the paint. 3 guys converged. He dropped it off to Sam. Sam then kicked it out to Duke. Duke drove, threw it back to Jalen. Jalen went downhill, got to the rim, got fouled. Like just understanding that, if he would have taken that first one, it would have been 3 guys about 7 feet from the basket. And he's just making better decisions. When he gets to the rim, he can get to the rim. And when he's not, he's got to change it, and it'll come back. And he's super confident, stepping in for a shot. He can put it on the deck, and he's just playing about the right things. And I just think he's playing free that way.
You mentioned Duke in that too. I know Duke has had some good moments this season, but the last couple games I know has been kind of tough for him shooting wise. Just what's important for him to maybe get back into a rhythm?
To know who he is. What's important is Duke, know who you are, man. You're can be our best defender. When you're be a pit bull defensively. Offensively, we've got super confidence knocking down the shots. He's made big shots for us, all year. When he goes into the paint, know who you are. If there's 3 guys coming, every time he plays off 2 feet, something good happens. He had 2 played off 2 feet. He had like Villanova, who he stopped, reverse pivot, hit a jumper, stopped, let him go, made a basket in the first half. And then the one he didn't, he did a shot. So understanding who you are, man, in this league, when you get to that rim, it looks different. There's 3 elbows above the rim at this league. And, but I think the thing is, for me with Duke, is know who you are, man. You are our toughness, our elite defender. That's such a huge part of what we need. And don't hinge on creating everything at the basket. Play off 2 feet, knock down your shots, and he's a huge player for us.
I'm just curious how because you said you're not used to having a bye week. You said that last time I talked to you. Do you ever have time to put new things in, or are you just always refining what you got?
Both. You're always trying to add stuff. I mean, you are even not a bye week. You're adding a little wrinkle here or two there always. I know we do. But it was I was conflicted, really deciding like this is the last time these guys are going to be able to have a couple days off.
So did you give them time off?
I did. I gave them 2 days off, and just to get away, mentally, physically, and we broke the week up that way. Because you really got to look at strategically, especially with the Tuesday game. If you're going to go straight through Tuesday through, you're going to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, play Saturday, prepare Sunday, Monday, play Tuesday. It's like 8 straight days. You got to think ahead like that when you have a Tuesday game like that. And so we were strategic. We really felt we had, when we practiced, we got some good things in we wanted to get better at, but we also broke it up to where they could get their bodies recovered mentally and physically.
Porter, I know it's been a couple of weeks since you gave us an update on Jadon and Jeff and that they were doing some live work. I guess how are they doing, and is there going to be a certain point where maybe you have to decide whether they're going to redshirt this season?
Yeah, there definitely will be that point. It's probably sooner than later that point, because you just don't want to waste a year. You're at January 23rd, so it's just can we use them? Heck yeah, we could use them. They're practicing every day. They're doing really well, but do you waste a whole year's January 23rd? It's tough. Decision. So we're getting. The good news is, man, they're healthy. They're looking good. They're doing things. Then it'll be sooner than later when we have to make the decision. The good thing is I don't have to announce it or do anything. You'll know if he gets in, it's not. If he doesn't. But I will say this. Because following the SEC, if I plan to play them, I will put them in the as probable in the injury report. So I definitely won't just all of a sudden play them. I'm going to follow league mandates and all that. If you see them in that injury report, probable, that means they'll play.
This league is always so talented. I mean, Arkansas, even though they're in every mock draft they have 2 guys. It's always one or 2 guys. So this is another talented team. You mentioned how tall they were. Theo is an interesting guy to watch. He's a very versatile big man, isn't he?
Oh man, really impressed with him. They're just powerful like Jalen.
Yeah.
Puts it on the deck like that. Offensive rebounds like mad, runs the transition. Really versatile defensively. Just super long. No, there's a reason why he's on draft boards. I think he's a terrific player. Just impressed by his toughness, energy, how hard he plays, scores in different ways. He's very much. He's like our Jalen Moore. There's just not one way he scores. There's a lot of different ways he scores. Offensive rebound, running in transition, knocking down a shot, off the dribble, posting him up. He scores in a number of ways, and just strong, powerful, long. Hell of a player.
After watching the film the last 2 games, what did you thought of Jeremiah as a quarterback?
I really impressed just on how he's, we've, like I said, we're all in this together, and we've all just been pushing towards him, and for him to almost get a triple-double, that shows me that he's focusing on other things besides scoring. Understand, man, you get 9 rebounds, 8 assists, like how valuable that is. And he just, his approach, he looked better. Just coming into the game ready, and I think he needed so much that, and to get a win, to get I just think that get all that you need a win, you know, and to stop that narrative, and now we can just get that off as everybody's, you know, back.